Good morning. Let me tell you a little story. When I lived in Korea, one time I had an opportunity to participate in a musical with real Korean actors, and I was the only foreigner. And it was one of my first times to be on stage in a performance in a foreign language. So wow, overwhelming, but what an experience. And the cast was really good. They were popular actors, famous popular actors, and I had we had to practice every day for like 2 months, and then perform 60 plays in a row every day without weekend. And since I'm not a good actress, I could use all the advice I could get. And what did they advise me? The experienced, famous actors. They said, Lena, you cannot pretend to be who you're not. You have to be that person. And that was very confusing at the time. I thought, how can I be that person if it's not me? I am Lena. I'm not that person. I can pretend, but I cannot be that person. And I couldn't get over it. And only recently, say in the last 2 years, I've understood what that actually meant. What it is to be somebody, or to experience something, and not to pretend to be somebody, and not to pretend to be experiencing something. You can't fool yourself, and you can't fool the higher force. When you try to use law of attraction, and this is where I'm leading up to with this, you cannot pretend to be experiencing something. You cannot pretend to be happy. You cannot pretend to be at a certain state or be somebody. You have to be that person, to believe it, to fool yourself, if you like to say it like that, to fully take on the new life, the new role. Water in my ear. The new part. Why? Because only when you stop pretending and really become that new reality that you have created for yourself, your true emotions, your true feelings start to come out. As long as you know that you are pretending to be experiencing something, pretending, imagining. Imagine driving a Porsche, my favorite example. And if you think that, yes, I am imagining driving a Porsche, I'm not driving a Porsche, I am imagining driving a Porsche, it doesn't work. You can't fool yourself. You have to be there. You have to feel it and get into that state of your chosen activity. Is this getting too complicated? Okay, no. Let's continue then. This morning I was checking Facebook, and one of the friends, who is a Korean monk, he wrote something quite enlightening. Truth is always simple, obvious, and something that we know. It feels logical, it makes sense, and it seems like, I knew that. Why didn't I think about it? This is truth. The best definition of truth that I could come up with. He said that to bring something in, something new, you have to let go of the old. We all want to be healthy, happy, rich, and whatever else, have a good partner, live in abundance, right? But what are we letting go of? What are we truly letting go of? You are with somebody, you have a current partner, you're not 100% happy with them, and you want somebody new. Unless you let go of the old, let go of the old attachments and feelings, the new cannot come in. It's like a pot with soup. You can't put anything else in it as long as there is soup in the pot. You have to pour the soup or eat the soup. And then something else can go in. And the examples would be, usually we'd want to change ourselves for the better. We want to bring something different into our life. If you want love, you have to let go of fear. If you want happiness, you have to let go of stress, of unhappiness. If you want health, you have to let go of some of the habits, some of the likes or destructive behavior patterns. Like drinking, over drinking, using drugs, indulging in things that do not contribute to your healthy state. Like watching TV all night, watching 3 movies in a row. If you don't let go of such habits, the new cannot come in. And you can't keep both, because there's only one pot and there's so much space that it's not enough for everything. It doesn't always work that we pour out the soup and there's nothing left. There's still drops left. 90% can go, 10% stays. All of it can go and then can wash the pot. But it takes patience and time to wash ourselves of all the old attachments, old habits, old emotions, old fears that last us all our lives, you know. Met a friend yesterday and she said that her parents used to hit her when she was young, and now she's almost 30 and she is still afraid when somebody does something. So she's learning Thai boxing, and she's saying that helps to let go of the old fear, and that fear is almost 30 years old. This is how long our emotions stay with us. She's a big girl now, nobody hits her anymore. But why is that in us? How can we let go of it? Well, first by acknowledging that it's there. And then finding little triggers that let us express ourselves, let us overcome that fear, emotion, attachment, one by one, by making effort. And only with effort and work we can let go of it. Again, pretending. You cannot pretend that you let go of something. You can't just say, I'm letting go of greed. Now, what's coming in? I'm letting go of fear. Now, where is all that love? What fear? What are you afraid of? Well, I haven't really thought about it. I don't think I'm afraid of nothing. Then love should flow. Are you afraid of rejection? Are you afraid of being alone? Are you afraid of people's opinions? Are you afraid of being yourself? Are you afraid of opening up? Are you afraid of snakes? Whatever that fear is, it is there somewhere inside you. If it wasn't, the love will flow in your direction. Are you afraid that if something comes, you would have to give, and you would not have enough to give? And that's a burden to give, because if you give, there'll be nothing left. There's all sorts of fears, and some are obvious, like spiders, snakes, which is easy to explain, and some are not. Often we don't stop and think. We don't reflect. We are too busy. Too busy for what? Too busy with what? Too busy with working? An excuse. Working. You work to make money to live. Live comfortably. You also have to work on your soul and on your body as much as in your office, because that will bring comfort in the long run and not so long run. Letting go of things will make space for the new. But it is hard work. It's not like, okay, Let's do it. Let's try it today. I'm letting go of fear. Bye, fear. Now, where's love? Where's the love? Why is it not coming in? Because you're not truly letting go of it. You are pretending. You are not fooling yourself at all. Fooling yourself perhaps is not the best choice of words. Making yourself believe, being that actress that becomes the person they are in the play. They're experiencing the emotion of pain, then the real tears come. They're experiencing the emotion of joy, and the real smiles come. Not this kind of smile, but the real, true smile of happiness. And people, when they see it, they feel it. We feel when somebody is pretending, when we feel when somebody is not genuine, when they are faking, when they are not sincere. Everybody else feels it too, including yourself. So if you are pretending to yourself, yeah, I'm happy. Now, I hope my ego did not hear that, because it was not very convincing. Yes, I'm satisfied with life. And the back thoughts. Well, I wish I had a new car. I wish my partner was not as jealous. And I wish this and this and this. And the ego hears it. All the buts. All the wishes. All the back thoughts. You can't hide anything from it. You have to truly believe and be that person. Be in that state. Be whatever you're trying to convince yourself. Pretending is not an option. Yesterday, I was drying the pillows in the sun. Not that they were wet, but it's good to air out the old pillows, right? And then it rained, and I was not home until late. I come home and the pillows are still hanging there, soaking wet. I had to sleep without a pillow. And in the morning I realized I don't really need a pillow. Wow. A good night's sleep without two pillows. Right. Then why do we have it? Because it was there. A lot of the things in this life we get used to because it's there. It's there because it's given to us by other people. It's when you buy a bed, when you buy a blanket, it comes with pillows. And you think, well, this is the way things should be. And assume that that is comfortable. If you ever travel to Korea, you'd notice that some people use wooden pillows. Hard wood. A block. A wooden block like this. To put it under your neck. Does that sound comfortable? It is to them. And in life, it's good to ask questions. It's good to be aware of what is happening. Is this something I really need, or is this something I think I need because it's there? Went to Sapphire's house yesterday and saw how little she has, how little she needs, and how little attachments. And you can see the pictures of the house too. In the line or Facebook timeline, it's bare. It's an old Thai wooden house. Beautiful, beautiful place. The pictures look a little bit spooky, but she looks like a fairy with big blue eyes. And I think, yeah, I like the look of the pictures. Have a look. Now what? Now this is enough to digest for you today. Thank you for listening. And today it's not carrot juice time, it's guava juice. And the word for guava in Thai is the same word as for foreigner. It comes from Armenian language. Farang, farang. Farang is the word for foreigner. The original was franc, and there's a word for guava as well. So you just learned something. Farang. This is what Thai people call me. And I would call you too.